Hi everyone, Jeremy Nagel from Nuanced IT here, answering a question from Mauricio on the Zoho CRM group on LinkedIn. Mauricio wanted to know if there's a way of restricting fields in Zoho CRM so that a salesperson could create a quote, but it would need to be approved by a manager. So like the respondents have said in the thread, it is possible using fields and links permissions, and especially using a profile so that you'd have a different set of permissions for a salesperson as opposed to the manager. And Lucy also said that it might be good to have a workflow. So to make all this a bit more understandable, I'm going to do an example on my CRM here. So what we'll do is, first of all, we need to have a new field in the quotes module which will contain whether it's approved or not. So let's go into customization fields and we will modify that, adding in a new field into the quotes module when it actually loads. Okay, finally, so we'll add a new custom field. This is also going to be slow, but we'll make it approved. We will choose the decision box type when it comes up, and our checkbox, and we'll click save. And then we will go into users and permissions. We'll create that profile. So let's create a new profile called salespeople. We'll clone the standard profile. And what we can do is we can then go into field and links permissions. We can choose salespeople. We can go to quotes, and we can edit that. So we should have approved down here. So what we will want to do is that we will want to make the approved box read only for the salesperson so that they can view it, but they can't actually modify it. So we'll do that. You just have to tick that one on the right down there, then go up and save it, and then we can assume that, I guess you could create another profile for managers if you want to. Just do that quickly, and you won't have to change anything for that, because by default the manager, the standard profile, will have access to the field, the approved field, and be able to modify it. So then if you go in and change, for example, if I add a new user, and okay, so I just had to make a few changes, add in a salesperson role. I'll do that now, add the new user, and we should be able to test it. Okay, see, I'll log in as that user. Okay, I will just set a password. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so now if I go to quotes, create a quote, you can see there's the approved box here, but I can't click on it because it's read only. So if I save that, add some line items, then I I should be able to go back into the admin account then. Where are we? Go to quotes. We've got this one here. You can see that it's currently not approved, but I can approve it from this account. And then if I go to the other account and refresh it, I should be able to see that it is approved, but not be able to unapprove it. So you can see, yep, it's showing approved, but I have no edit mode there. So that's one side of it. The other side of it is the workflow to get a notification when a new quote is created that needs to be approved. So that's pretty simple. We'll just go into workflow, choose the quotes module, alert manager upon creation of unapproved quote. We can do this, record action, create, and we'll do approved is false, and then we can, well, we can probably just create a task. That might be easiest. Assign task, or it'll be slightly tricky because with alert we can do quote owner's manager, which is probably what we want. Whereas with a task, might be a bit tricky to, we'd have to write some custom code to be able to determine the owner, the manager of that user, which is not impossible, but don't have time in this particular video. So we'll do quote approval request. Please check this quote and approve it. So we can do hi, we can have the, well, actually, so this will be to the manager. We can say hi, quote subject. A new quote has been created. It hasn't been approved yet. Click here to approve it. And then we can just make that a link, so if we get the quote ID, we can then figure it out from here. We can get the format there. Okay. So now we've got a template. We can link it to the workflow. And then we can save and associate to that. So if I save it, now let's see what happens if I create a new quote. We should expect that, actually I'll have to make a new one from scratch because I don't want it to be approved. That may be an issue actually, that people can, that would be a workaround there, that someone can just clone an existing quote and the approved status would be approved still. So that could be a bit of an issue. Might have to write some custom code for that. So yeah, if you want help with that, let me know. I'll just go through this workflow so you can see what would happen there. Add a product, save that. Now we'll expect that an email would be sent. So we can see an email came through, and let's see if we click here, can we approve it? Yep. There you go. So that is a demonstration of how to have a conditionally enabled tick box for approval. We did find that issue that with this approach, the approved box will be able to be compromised if you clone the record, which may not be an issue. You might just need to tell your team not to use the clone feature, but if it is important that it's not possible to get around this, then it could be, we could have another option using some Deluge custom code that would automatically set approved to false if it was created by a non-admin user.